Lisa Hackbart Snyder. I'm the senior director at Walgreens running the pharmacy platform. And what that includes is ensuring that the technology is kind of behind the desk as you walk into a Walgreens, ensuring that those 9,000 stores and the technology that runs them runs smoothly. And also ensuring that our call centers, we have about 4,500 agents, both at 4 locations, and many of our agents now work from home, ensuring that those stay up and running. Yeah, so I think, as everyone knows, the pandemic started, a little over 2 years ago, and a couple of the challenges that came with that was a huge spike in demand, and then they would have lower demand. But really, where a lot of the benefits came were when we had those significant spikes in demand for particular processes. The automation was able to kind of pick up and handle significant spikes in demand. So if you can imagine what Walgreens has been focused on, for the last year is vaccinations and testing. And as each of the different variants came into the United States, there was an ebb and flow and spike in that demand for services. Well, I think that the two things that come to mind within that Ignio helped solve us is specifically one of the challenges as, again, the COVID hit and the stores and the store staff, is that we found that the hours of the stores changed much more frequently than normally. And even during normal times, we would have significant store hour changes during holiday period but the COVID situation basically exacerbated that and made, again, those spikes, those fluctuations. So one of the things that Ignio helped us solve was to automate the changing of store hours and ensuring that got updated in our systems, wherever it showed up in our systems, automated that process and ensured that the customers then would know when the store was open at the right time. The top one, and the one that hit, I think, the most volume, was the one I just mentioned around store hours. But another one that helped us significantly was looking at our and managing our end user within Salesforce and ensuring that we used our licensing optimally, right? So when someone would added, someone left the organization, that we could quickly turn around and use that for another employee. And so we had several cases where these automations helped take that ticket volume, reduce it, or improve our mean time to resolve those tickets, MTTR. And we had several instances where that had a pretty significant impact. With our COVID pandemic and our store hours, we went from the resolution time from about 15 minutes to about 8 minutes, and then improved our mean time to resolve at 85%. So significant improvement. And as I said, I think even on top of having, numbers are always great, right? But I think from a consumer perspective, really looking at that and understanding what that means. I have, if someone walks into the store and thought that the store was going to be open, they can quickly find out what the right store hours are, and those were quickly reflected for the consumer. Secondarily, so the one with Salesforce, we had a similar improvement. We had 80% increase in handle time and 90% improvement in our mean time to restore. So both those use cases really came back with tangible results that helped drive the business forward. I think as we look at that total customer experience, right, as we roll out new capabilities, each area has an opportunity to identify new use cases. Where we've seen it most is in automating things that were driven by that COVID experience. I think as Walgreens moves forward, we're looking at that total health consumer experience, and I know that we'll identify some new opportunities as we reach out and add new capabilities to our consumer experience.